And now I get to say a few words about our Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Mr. TJ Brightman. TJ has spent more than 30 years in marketing and advertising, specializing in sports marketing and with leadership roles at Infinity Broadcasting, CBS, Major League Baseball, and the NFL. He currently serves as Senior Vice President and Chief Revenue Officer for, and I want to just double check this because I didn't write this, so I want to make sure the notes are right, the greatest Major League Baseball team without doubt, the Baltimore Orioles. Just want to make sure I got that correct. Don't mention the Pirates. In this role, TJ focuses on building the Orioles brand, growing revenue opportunities, and adding to the rich history of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Beyond baseball, TJ has helped lure major concerts to Oriole Park, including Sir Paul McCartney, Billy Joel, and Bruce Springsteen, plus other events that have created a huge economic impact for the city of Baltimore and for the state of Maryland. TJ's background in media and the sports industry allows him to employ fresh strategies to attract new fans and to retain existing ones, helping to build on the nearly 75 million fans that have come through the gates of Oriole Park since opening in 1992. He originally joined the Orioles organization in 2003 and served as the Vice President of Corporate Sales and Sponsorship until 2005. He also acted as a special advisor to the ownership group from 2007 until he returned to the front office in 2019. Between his book-ended tenure with the Orioles, TJ served as the president of A Bright Idea Advertising and PR, the advertising and public relations agency he founded along with his wife, Anita, who is joining us today. Also joining us today are TJ's parents, Cal and Rose. Your father's name is Cal. Could you be more Oriole? Is it possible? Do you have an Uncle Brooks? With his agency, TJ has helped grow brands including Amtrak, the USDA, the U.S. Army National Guard, and the Smithsonian Museum. TJ is active on many local boards in both Maryland and California, lending his time to nonprofits and other philanthropic efforts in both states that he and Anita call home. They have two adult children, Maddie, a Bellisario College graduate, former GM of Com Radio, and current producer for ESPN, and Parker, a professional actor living in Los Angeles. Through the years, TJ has been a great supporter of the Bellisario College, serving as a leader of our Alumni Society Board, mentoring students, and hosting students at Oriole Park. It is my honor to introduce the cleanup hitter in today's award-winning lineup, our 2024 Lifetime Achievement Award winner, TJ Brightman.
Wow, after that long introduction, Rich, I think we're about ready to leave. Thank you so much. When Rich called me in February to tell me that I was going to get this award, obviously, like Adam and Kelly, I was completely blown away. This is like coming home for me in more ways than one, and this is home. You know, I will say this: when I was reflecting on this Lifetime Achievement Award, the first thing I thought was, I still have a lot left in the tank. You know, you hear these Lifetime Achievement Awards at these award shows, and they tend to be people that, you know, maybe you know something's going to happen. So I'm hoping that the IPR board doesn't know something that's going to happen. I plan to be around a little bit longer. But I really would like to say thank you so much to the board for this honor. Dean Harden, who I've gotten to know over the years. Obviously Madison. I love being referred to as Maddie Brightman's dad, which is also a great honor. But you know, looking back at my career, and it's hard to believe that it's been 33 years since I left Penn State. There's certainly a lot of people that are responsible for me being where I am. And looking back at what I do and being fortunate enough to work in sports as long as I have, I think the sports analogy would be connected to business and sports. You're only as good as the people around you, okay? And it's some of the things that we talk to our players about when we're messaging them, you know, after a walk-off, you know, game in Pittsburgh the last 2 nights, what to say and what not to say. And it really is, you're not as good as you think you are until you've had the opportunity to work with others that make you better. And that's exactly what I've had the fortune of being part of. My parents are here. They were my first team, a team of 3, and they provided the foundation for me. I remember quite well getting the trifold brochure, and my father saying, well, here are a couple options. So I am dating myself because I don't think we teach a layout anymore about trifold brochures. But they obviously were the first part of my team. The second part of my team has been my life partner and business partner, Anita, who she and I, a lot of you know, were high school sweethearts. But what you may not know is that we actually met when we were 12 years old. And I spent more time with Anita than other than my parents. And we've had the opportunity to work together and also raise 2 amazing kids that Rich has talked about as well. Anita founded a Bright Idea almost 28 years ago out of the spare bedroom of our home in Maryland, and then grew the business to a coast-to-coast full-service ad agency and PR firm. If she had not, Madison and I tease her all the time about not being a Penn Stater, and she's an adopted Penn Stater. She would be the one up here getting this award for all of her accolades in PR and crisis communication. So I thank you so much for everything you've done. Shifting, well, there is one thing. People always ask me, TJ, what's it like working with your wife? There will be a book at some point. Publishing date to be determined when Anita's not able to read any of the pages. I left A Bright Idea because A Bright Idea was in a really good place, and I went back to the Orioles in 2019 because it seemed to be a really good idea. Unfortunately, 6 months later, being the chief revenue officer and a global pandemic hits, it's not exactly ideal. But we were talking about the Orioles a little bit. In 2018, we chose to rebuild the organization and brought Mike Elias in to run the baseball ops side. And I was fortunate to get the call from the ownership group to be part of a rebuild of the business side. And getting back to what I talked about as far as working with team members, I have colleagues at the Orioles that obviously have challenged me and made me better, and to be part of the success that we've had over the past couple seasons, going from a team that had 3 100 loss seasons in a row, and then won 101 games last year in the AL East title. That's when you know that you're doing something right. And it's not about one person, it's about everyone contributing. And these are values that I really absolutely believe in. So again, very, very honored to be here. Want to thank everyone for recognizing me, and I enjoy, as I said, coming back to Penn State, and we are. So thank you so much.